Right, we are back. I don't have the box set. Here it is over here. Oh, I forget this box set doesn't really have like the movies in like where it shows them. I was like, oh yeah, it shows it, and then I realized the disc is in there, so I don't have it currently. So we're talking about Tremors 5. Bloodlines? Yes, Bloodlines. So I'm not going to get into spoilers. If you have a problem with spoilers, then, you know, turn off. But otherwise, I'll say this movie's pretty good. Pretty good. So the spoilers of this film is that there's a new character who's basically Bert always has like a kind of a younger guy with him in pretty much every Tremors film, or at least everyone after the first one. Yes, I think. Now I might be talking out my ass, which is completely possible. I could be talking out my ass, because I don't know things. But this is the first one that came out under, like, the kind of... Not the original studio that made all the first 4 films and the TV series. Which is... I don't know, I have a kind of problem with it, because it doesn't really reference, like... any of those. I know this is supposed to be a reboot. They very much start off with just like going, here are the facts about Tremors, Graboids. I keep calling them Tremors. I'm just like, it's the Tremors, and I'm like, wait, no, it's the Graboids, and the Graboids are the Ass Blasters, and the Shriekers. That's the one. So yeah, this is a new reinvention of it for a new audience. Obviously, yeah, and also they want the older audience, but it's like, hey, this could be an introduction, because, yeah, this is 2015, the last film came out in 2004, the TV series came out in 2003, so probably gonna get quite a few new fans, as well as the old ones. And I think this movie's pretty good. Like, I don't get the hate. Or, you know, this movie doesn't really do anything new. There are some great scenes in it. This film is based in South Africa? Yes? Yeah. Because Bert's now, like, yeah. It says he's a survivalist, have a survivalist web series. Which, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. He's on YouTube, maybe. Because, yeah, I guess... I feel like it makes more sense for him to be more independent on a YouTube channel or whatever, his own thing. Yeah, there's reports of Ass Blasters. He's like, what? Ass Blasters? Because I feel like this is the first film that's more international, even though I think they definitely reference stuff in South America. I want to say it's like it's either 2 or 3 where they reference. I think stuff going on in South America. But yeah, Bert flies down with his new companion, who is Jamie, who got rid of Bert's old cameraman, because basically Jamie is Bert's long lost son. Not from his wife from the first film, but just like a random fling many years ago. And now it's tracking down Bert. Which, yeah, later on will get revealed in this film. I'm trying to think this film is just like, do I... I think, like I said, I think it definitely is... It definitely is trying to re-establish everything. It's a pretty good film. It doesn't do anything crazy new. I think one of my favourite scenes is at one point Bert gets locked in a cage, and like a lion shows up, and he's just out in the wilderness, kind of by himself, and he just goes a little bit nuts, and it is probably the best scene of this film. It really shows just Michael Gross just going full ham, and it's just beautiful as a scene. I love it. Also, like basically South African Bert. Basically, I know, like the guy brings him in on like the helicopter at the start of the film, and will later on show up to bring him some gear. I just basically just ended up calling him South African Bert, because the character really is just, yeah, South African Bert. I can't remember the character's name off the top of my head, and looking at here, I have no idea. But, yeah. And, yeah, Jamie's, he kind of, again, he's very much that very similar role. Yeah. Same guy we had in, like, 3? Yeah. 3, who was then replaced by another guy for the TV series because that guy was busy or whatever. Basically the same character, just not. You know, like, they just do the same character, but not. The graboids in this definitely look better. I mean, look, this is yeah, not a high budget film, but they obviously look better than they did in the TV series. Then that's not saying much because it was a TV series from 2003, so I gave that a bit of credit. And yeah, earlier stuff was, anytime I did CGI, I was like in the movies, whereas the CGI in this, they did some pretty good job. They did some good lighting on them. They look great. Like I say graboid, no, shriekers or asp. I always get confused. It's graboids are the ones that live underground from the first film. Shriekers are the one from the second film, who detect by heat, whereas the graboids detect by sound. Shriekers detect by heat, and ass blasters, I want to say they I can't remember what they detect by, but they basically fire out of their ass and fly around. They're not much different from shriekers, but yeah. Honestly, yeah, this is another Tremors film. Like, it's definitely not a bad one, and it looks pretty good. Like, I mean, obviously I've been watching like the TV series, so the TV series looks a little bit like ours because I don't think they didn't really, like, you know, do any upscaling or really anything with that. That was just like, here's the TV series, go. You're like, great, thanks guys. That's it. That's a TV series. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I love this, and you got kind of the last stand of them, you know, in this African village, basically trying to fight off all the graboids. And this is a great film, honestly. I don't really have a problem with this film at all. Where's my microphone? Slanting. Yeah, I think it's a great way to reintroduce people to Tremors. Be like, haha, here's the new Tremors. It's kind of like you have this... You kind of have the... Because the other films don't really seem to relate, you know, completely. They're kind of... You have the first three, which is like their own thing, the prequel. And then I guess you have this new trilogy, which... We'll get to the other two. But this one, yeah, I quite like it. Like I said, I don't think it does anything new. Since this, they didn't really invent any new graboids. Yeah, considering this is the first sequel movie after, well, that takes place after 3, because 4 is a prequel. So you think they maybe introduce some new graboids, arse blasters, whatever, shriekers, but no. They don't. And they don't reference anything from the TV series like Mixmaster or any of those things, or Christopher Lloyd. Would have loved that. I just would have loved to, even a line. That's my only, I think my only real complaint about this movie is it just doesn't really have anything. It doesn't really pick up any of the storylines from that. Which, maybe they're just like, yeah, fuck it. No one watched that TV series. I'm like, come on, guys, I watched the TV series. I'm not the only one, but I watched it. Alright. I'm gonna ramble. Next up, we're talking about... What's the next Tremors film? I've forgotten. It is Shrieker Island, isn't it? Oh, no, that's the 4th one. No, 7th one. Jesus. Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell. That's the next one. So I'll see you there again for then. And I say, live long and prosper.